All right, you double-minded. One minute you want to be in the truth, the next minute you want to do this, then you want to do that, or whatever. You double-minded. All right, so you would, that's being unstable, man. A man being stable is standing in one place. All right. So, with that, being double-minded, all right, as soon as anything creep in your head that's outside of the truth, you gotta rebuke it, man. Don't give in to that demon, man. Rebuke that shit. That's trying to make you become double-minded, that wants you to, quote-unquote, explore other things and all like that, man. You gotta rebuke that demon on you. All right? Because once you become double-minded, you ain't thinking straight. You unstable in all ways, in all your ways. You ain't thinking straight. But I'm gonna have to Ephesians 4:14. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried away with every wind of doctrine. All right, tossed to and fro and carried away by every wind of doctrine, man. All right, being able to be knocked off your square in a sense, as far as you standing firm in the truth. You believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua right now, then that another wind of doctrine come, and then now you going with that. All right, that goes back, all right, to being tossed to and fro. So like it says, James 1:6, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. All right, then you hop to Ephesians 4:14. It says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. All right, so the common theme is being able to be knocked off your square by another doctrine or some other philosophy. All right, it says we be no more children. That's, when you think about it, that's kind of like a childlike mind. Kids, 1 minute they into this, then they into that, then they want to do that. That's like the mind of a child. If you a man and you stand for something and you wholeheartedly believe it, it's nothing else is going to come about that's going to, knock you off of that. Because if you wholeheartedly believe in something, then everything else automatically becomes bullshit to you. It's nothing that nobody can say to like finesse, kind of mind fuck you into thinking, that their doctrine is the correct doctrine. Because you're not a child anymore spiritually. All right, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine. All the other doctrines is just false doctrines. Whereas the weak-minded, or maybe the weak-spirited, is going to hear that other doctrine and just going to run with it because it sounds good, it's appealing. Just like they do in the Baptist church. Jake is just a talking head dude. He's smooth with words, man. It's a planner. So he get up there, with the choir and do what he do. And it sound good. So everybody in there just following the pastor. Because it sounds good. It's not built on anything. And that's how, maybe some of the fallouts, I don't know every case of, everybody, but, maybe some of them, had those itching ears like the scriptures say. You heard something that sounded good and just ran with it. Somebody finessed you spiritually. That's because you were still like a child spiritually. You hadn't grown in the spirit. All right. It says, so I'm going to read that back. Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. That's everybody else with their little bum-ass doctrines, man. It's trying to finesse you. It says cunning craftiness, man. That's a characteristic of an Edomite. You think about it. It's cunning. That word cunning has a characteristic of you Edomites, man. All right, whereby they lie in wait to deceive, man. And we know you are the devil, but you got Israelites out here like that too. Because Jake always wants you to join their little movement. If you notice, he's handing out a pamphlet. You know, come on, brother, the revolution about to start, you know, type shit. You know, it's like, yeah, having a little fun. But, you know, in all seriousness, that's how Jake moved. With that cunning craftiness, lying in wait to deceive you. And the Lord's variation at a time is strictly to get your money. All right? Because some of us went to the church, you know, it's just a business. All right? And you have to deceive somebody to get their money about them. Everybody work for their money for the most part. So you got to come with something to get them to go in their wallet. That's that cunning craftiness, those other doctrines. All right? But by the grace and mercy of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the hopeful elect, you know, can't be hit with that cunning craftiness, Lord willing, and be deceived. But if it's by Esau or our own people or any other nation, because we got that tunnel vision. Like the scriptures say, if your eye be single, all right, that's just synonymous with tunnel vision. Ain't nothing else, ain't no other doctrine, you know, gonna get that close to you. You might hear it. You even get to the point where you can hear other doctrines. As long as the Lord protects you. You can hear a Muslim talk for damn 30 hours if you want it. But you know when you're in your head, if you're not going back and forth with them at the moment, in your head, you just cutting everything he's saying. When a black woman talk about Jesus, you let her, you know, talk about Jesus all you want, but you know. And the reason that you know is Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children. We don't have that childlike spirit no more, where every new thing is appealing. All right, 'cause we, Lord willing, grew and are going to continue to grow in the spirit. You know. But I'm gonna hop over to 2 Timothy 4:3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. All right. But after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, their own lust, because Jake want to hear what Jake want to hear. All right. Jake don't want to hear no bad news. That's why we, you know, even the scriptures say offenses must come, but that's why a lot of people get so offended. You know, woe unto them that the offenses come. They get so offended. They've never had anybody just no holds bars tell them the truth for the scriptures. All right, so they go find pastors after their own lust. Well, this guy is a good speaker. This guy dresses nice. He has a nice car. All right, got a lot of money. Salakia has a nice car, got a lot of money, whatever it may be. All right, that's how Jake, you know, chooses their teachers, man. They choose those that say things to comfort them and that are appealing, appealing unto them, but have no intent of telling them anything to put them on the path of righteousness. It's just strictly for the money. So, you know, if you are under a teacher that's just, you know, not so much in the nation, all right, that know they're Israelites. I'm just saying anybody that's gotten you spiritually. If they not saying nothing to really ruffle your feathers, they not the men of the Lord. Because when you look at the men that the Lord anointed, even in the ancient world up to now, they were always, let's say, a nuisance, for lack of a better word, or an irritant, all right, to everybody because they was telling them the truth. All right? They were saying things that were considered to be taboo or out of bounds in the society. So if you just go into a teacher because you're comfortable around them, you're not getting taught right. All right? But 2 Timothy 4:3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. All right? And we know this is right now. Because don't nobody want to hear the truth except the men, the hopeful elect. You can't even bring up the Bible around people, man. As soon as you start talking, you don't even bring a scripture out. As soon as you start talking about the scripture, everybody gets uncomfortable. Because Jake knows spiritually, it's a lot of words in that book that are against their lifestyle. They know that off top. That's why you read the Bible around a Israelite who's a homosexual, he gets uncomfortable immediately. Even, when we be at camp, I see, maybe a homosexual or one of them transgenders walking by. As soon as they see brothers got Bibles out, they hold their head down. Sometimes they cross the street because spiritually they know they about to condemn me. And those are the type of people who, after their own lust, heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears, right? Just wanting to hear something good, hear something comforting, as they say. But the men, starting with the apostles and elders of GMS, of course, all right, we just want to hear the truth, you know what I'm saying? And see our enemies, which is everybody outside of the doctrine. How about that? Now, everybody outside of the doctrine of GMS is the idiots, is our enemies, man. All right, want to see all of that fall, and, for us to hopefully elect to prosper. All right. Well, I hope that video was edifying. All right, with that, I'm going to say shalom.